Jai Hind friends. Today I'll be teaching a small trick of mathematics which is mostly useful for kids of grade 2, 3 and 4. I have a few students who used to get confused in understanding simple fill in the blank problems like these, which involved addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. For these kids, I have created a simple working solution which actually worked on them like a charm. Please note that this trick is only useful for people who are struggling with such problems. This is definitely not the best way. The best way to solve them is still the normal way where the kid understands the real logic behind them. I have found this trick just as a workaround. I call it the odds method. Generally, in a primary mathematical equation, there are three parts: the first number or the first term, the second term, and the third term, where the third term is the answer based on the operator placed between the first and the second terms. In this, the O stands for opposite. Before I begin explaining this method, I want to establish two facts. First is that the opposite of plus is minus and the opposite of multiplication is division. Second fact being, for primary classes, we always perform big number minus small number or big number divided by small number. Now, since I've established these, let me explain the opposite method. Since this is the first method, it is used to find the value of the first number or the first term when the second and the third terms are provided in the question. Here we just need to find the opposite of the operator mentioned. To understand this clearly, let's take a few examples. As we can see in this equation, states that what must be added to 23 to make it 57. For this, kids just have to see the operator present between the first and the second terms and do opposite of that with the numbers provided. In this case, the operator present is plus and the two numbers provided to us are 57 and 23. So the kids just have to do the opposite of plus, which is minus. And since it is subtraction, they need to do big number minus small number. In this case, they will have to do 57 minus 23, which will give us 34 as the answer. Wasn't that easy? Now let's try another example, but this time we will use the minus operator. This problem states that from what should 45 be subtracted to get 10 as the answer? In this case, since the operator is minus, the kids have to do the opposite of this, that is plus. So they just have to add both the numbers, which in this case are 10 and 45, to get the answer 55. Similarly, for this multiplication equation, they just have to do division. And as I mentioned earlier, division for primary classes is always big number divided by small number. So here they will do 54 divided by 6 and get 9 as the answer. In the same fashion, we can solve this division equation as well by just doing multiplication of the given numbers 9 and 4 to get 36 as the answer. Coming to the DD method now. The first D stands for difference in this and the second D stands for division. Since this is the second method, it is used to find the second number or the second term of the equation when the first and the third terms are given. This method states that to find the second term, look for the operator. If the operator is either plus or minus, always perform the difference. And whenever the operator is either multiplication or division, always perform division. Let's take a few examples. This equation states that what must be added to 20 to make it 50? Since we are trying to find the second term and the operator present is plus, we should perform subtraction here according to our rules, which is big number minus small numbers. Or in this case, 50 minus 20, which will give us 30 as the answer. Similarly, we can do this question as well. What should be subtracted from 35 to get 20? As per the rule, to find the second term, whenever the operator is either plus or minus, we should always perform subtraction. In this case, since it is minus, the kids will have to perform 35 minus 20, which gives us 15 as the answer. Likewise, we can solve this equation as well. This states that what should be multiplied with 4 to get the answer as 32. As per my rule, whenever the operator is either multiplication or division, we should always perform division, which is big number divided by the small number. In this case, it would be 32 divided by 4, and it will give us 8 as the answer. Similarly, since the operator is division here, we have to do division itself as per our rule. So 56 divided by 8 would give us 7 as the answer. The last method, S, stands for same. Since this is the third method, it is used to find the third term of the equation, which is very straightforward since we just have to do same as the operator mentioned in the equation.